What is going on, everyone? My name's Boyd, and I'm back with some more Age of Empires, the Forgotten Sibling action. Yeah, I'm going to keep calling it that. In the bottom of the map, in the red color, playing as Gaia. His name is OdinKing. His opponent today in the blue color playing as Ra. His name is ChronoJJ. The map is Moat. And this is best of 3 for the Challengers portion of the Champions League, with ChronoJJ winning the first game. Moving on to second game. In this tournament, you can select a unique, or not unique, a special map. A map that is not a part of the standard map set for... Oops. A standard map set that is not a part of the classic maps that you can play in ranked games. They are stipulated that they need to have there are a couple of rules that we followed in order to make sure that the maps would be okay. The most important being that you start with 4 towers and you start with a normal amount of resources. You start with a gold mine in your base, and those were the important parts for us when we picked which maps come in. Fingers crossed, as we move through this season, there are 3 more maps we want to include in this option to be selected, but they haven't yet been made available to 5.0. They need some coding, some tweaks, all the good stuff. So, we're on the map Moat. What makes this map special, you say? Well, maybe it's the moat that's going around the map. You get this beautiful amount of water here going all the way around the map. And what this is a really, really interesting, really interesting map for a couple of reasons. One, only 2 fish spawn close to each other. There's 2 fish spread all the way around the map. Now, this is good and bad. Personally, I think I'd prefer to see this map switch it up so that it has less fish numbers total, like less pools of fish total, but you get 3 fish in each. So in total, it's actually the same, but there's less pools of the fish, just to allow you to less of a bonus for being Egyptian with these cheap docks and keep the same vibe of the map. But what is also cool in this map is that you get access to all the normal things in the middle of the map. That's all well and good, but you also get access to these things around the sides of the map, these gold mines, relics over here as well with the blanket of Empress Zoe, and we also have a Black Lotus here. We've got relics in the middle of the map with the Eye of Ornlu, the infantry, counter infantry bonus, and the Mithril Horseshoes, extra 10% cavalry move speed. So all of the relics are available, and we'll see what's going to happen here. OdinKing looks like he's trying to get up for a 430, slightly delayed, but no big problems there. Leaving villagers on food, maybe just to finish the Auroch off until he moves over onto wood so that he can then get his economic guild up, get his upgrades out. We'll see what OdinKing's going to go for here. I wouldn't be surprised at all in the slightest to see ChronoJJ going for, I was going to say Bast, but yet again, ChronoJJ is like surprising me with his lack of ability to build villages. Dark's coming through, so he's definitely going through that. No Bast shenanigans, but you can see only 17 villages. He's moving his villages around the sides of the map, going to attempt to build docks everywhere on each of these fishing spots, but there are bears here to deny this. We'll see if we can get those up, and we'll see if Oceanus is going to be a big help for OdinKing or a hindrance. Will we be seeing? We've got the double docks up. The servant's going to be running around, but really there's not that much fish here for OdinKing to play with. He's actually only got, well, he's got 8 fishing ships. Well, it's not a bad amount, but it's not a lot either. It's enough to keep building villages. I do wonder what he's going for, because he's not making... Oh, he's getting a town center. That's smart. Second town center on this map is against Egyptian is a smart move. But maybe ChronoJJ goes for a villager rush here. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't. Military barracks coming up now for OdinKing. And the servant is just searching around for something to hit, something to attack. And what is ChronoJJ doing? He's just getting his pickaxe out. No purse scene just yet, it looks like, for either player. Maybe there's a purse scene for OdinKing. OdinKing does have his purse scene. It's actually going to help out a lot because these fishing ships over here have got quite a bit of travel time. So the double drop off increases their speed by quite a bit. But I wouldn't mind OdinKing sending a villager over here to just build the dock. But for OdinKing to make any progress on the water, it's going to be really hard for him because he has to run past all of these docks that are here for ChronoJJ. He's just spamming them out literally everywhere. Getting his second town center up. We see the Oracle coming in as an attempt to hit this. Just going to move in with the Carnivora and hit this Pharaoh. But the Pharaoh does a lot of damage. He's going to take down this Oracle hero very easily. You see the Pharaoh obviously going to miss that Caladria, super fast unit. And the Carnivora going to get denied or get killed. And the town center is going to get up, but OdinKing's already got his second town center up. He's actually building farms already, but has no economic upgrades just yet. So that's a bit of a surprise given that's what Gaia's bonuses are, but already 2 town centers. So maybe we're going to see a fast heroic here from OdinKing as a really, really smart option against Egyptian. Because they're never going to put that much pressure onto you early unless they're going to go for like a villager rush. It's kind of their only option. But we'll see. We'll see what OdinKing's going to do. Yeah, he is building, or was building some military units, but not anymore. He's moving over here to maybe eat the third town center already. I mean, it's a super big boom from OdinKing. He's getting it. Maybe we'll see a third town center from ChronoJJ. It's not actually close. Realizing he has to deal with the Bareems running around. Actually quite difficult for ChronoJJ. He has to essentially have a dock on every single one of these fishing ship spots in order to defend against it. So really smart play from OdinKing actually to just go for the raids. Are we going to see units getting built? We do not see units getting built for OdinKing. And he still has what looks to be no economic upgrades. So very surprising here. Now the docks slowing these units down. You don't want to get this servant coupled in with this because this servant's not that fast. Only 5.5 speed, and these docks have a 5.5 track rating, which means that they're going to be able to hit the servant and the Bareem if they need to be. And you can see if they're moving, they don't get hit. Well, as soon as they're going in the speed of the servant, they do get hit. There's the pickaxe coming through now for OdinKing. Now the Carnivora going down in an attempt to take down this barracks. The Axeman trying to take down the Wadjet, but he does so much damage. He'll attempt to drag these units back into the Carnivora, but not going to happen. And the Wadjet gets to clean up this Carnivora. These Carnivoras haven't done all too much for OdinKing. Just really good defense from ChronoJJ. And there's the armory going up for OdinKing. He's going to have so much economy. I wonder if it's going to be enough to make a huge push. Do you go rear here maybe? 3 town center rear is really hard for a classical age or heroic age Rad to defend against because they've only got priests, and this unit here has got 75% pierce armor, which is only 5% less than that fire giant we saw from game 1, and it's also got more HP than the fire giant, so you can see just how slow it would die to priests. You can see how close he is to advancing. ChronoJJ looks like he's also... Oh, he looks like he's actually maybe going for this town center at this point. Now the Axemen are all out. A bunch of more military buildings coming up for OdinKing, and he is going through Thea. So a little bit disappointed about that one, especially because ChronoJJ is known for his obsession with Sekhmet. When Rhea becomes so very strong against gods that use high value units such as Sekhmet. We do see the town center attempting to come up now. The Oracle already on top of it. The Pharaoh popping up as fast as it possibly can with the help of that. The town center popping up as fast as it possibly can with the help of that Pharaoh. All the villagers do manage to get this one up now. ChronoJJ is on his 3 town centers, but he's going to be very far behind the tech of OdinKing, who's got all these military buildings up now. He's making Caraballister as well, and Catapulti. Will we be seeing an instant palace, or do we go instant mythic age here? I mean, you definitely shouldn't be making Caraballister or anything like that at this stage, but we'll see what he's going to do. There's the palace for OdinKing. It's really, really smart play, getting straight to the heroic age without wasting a ton of resources on Terma, which become very, very useless units in this stage of the game, especially if your opponent doesn't kill them. Whereas now, OdinKing's got all this population to play with to make Murmillo, to make Destroyers, to make Arcus, sort of whatever he wants. We see those priests take down the Stymphalian Burn. It's got to hurt just a little bit, but the rock is here with the Patsuchos. ChronoJJ looks like he's kind of attempting to get Mythic Age, but with the 1000 wood. Not sure what he's saving for that. Maybe make some siege towers or something like that. He has finished off all of his hunts so far. He does have Rain still and Shadoof, so he could utilize that to get to the next stage. We got the Murmillo getting sniped here. Irrigation coming through for OdinKing. And it's actually looking as if ChronoJJ is in a decent enough position here. Like, he's played this really, really well so far. Has a lot of economy in the fishing ships. Probably has some idle... He does have some idle fishing ships here, but is what it is. These Bareem constantly just moving from one place to another, hitting harass. And we've got the raids coming in, going to be able to snipe 1 villager. 2 villagers. Almost 2 villagers. And the Dryads. What are you doing with those Dryads? Where are you going? We'll find a different place to attack, I guess. Going after the lumber camp. Actually going after ChronoJJ's town center here. So real smart change of the battlefield here. Moving onto the town center, utilizing the Carnivora for some extra damage. The villagers coming here to defend this one. There's only 2 destroyers here for some reason. Not sure where all of OdinKing's destroyers are, but he is making a strong effort to take this town center down. Sun-Dried Mudbrick doesn't finish, and the town center goes down, and now OdinKing has to retreat back. So huge amount of damage done there. Really nice play. The priest trying to get sniped, and surely OdinKing just stays here. The priest could help empower this to get it up faster, but Stymphalian Bird's getting sniped by these priests really, really nicely here. So nice micro from ChronoJJ. We're still not seeing him dealing with this army composition that OdinKing's making. The Arcus Destroyer. He's got the axemen to counter the destroyers, but these Arcus pick off the axemen so quickly. It's looking like OdinKing is not actually going to be able to keep this town center down. He's actually at 125 of 160 pop with a lot of resources in the bank. We see him attempting to push through on the top side as well. There's gold mines on the back. Remember, you can't really just push off gold here with Gaia, because ChronoJJ's just got to fly over onto the large gold mine over here. One Stymphalian Bird does go down. So nice defense here from ChronoJJ. And now he's moving in with the siege towers. Going after these destroyers. Going to kill the villagers as well. The Arcus doing a lot of damage here. In the back though. And the villagers getting pulled off the line in order to deal with these siege towers. Siege towers have to retreat back. Don't want to overcommit to this. Now the Dryads are out. ChronoJJ needs a Mythic Age. He needs a Son of Osiris in order to deal with this. These Dryads are too strong against just priests. And the army comp for ChronoJJ is just not quite working for him here. Especially now OdinKing's come in with the proper Death Ball, Atlantean Death Ball, Heroic Age Death Ball with those destroyers and those Arcus in a good amount for both of them. 8 destroyers here. And and like 14 or so, 15 Arcus. And now you see him going after the town center. The Pharaoh and Priest now in range for the Arcus to take them down. We do see that he's immediately tasked onto, and they do die. The Dryads coming back in as soon as they're coming back. But while this is all going on, the Axemen are able to snipe down the majority of those destroyers here. And what happens when you do this is every time you kill off those destroyers, it gets replaced with a destroyer and Arcus. And eventually what happens is the ball of units, if you're just auto-queuing, just becomes just Arcus. And you don't want to get that. You don't want to have that at all. We see some more priests getting built now for ChronoJJ, but he's actually shifting sands onto the back town center of OdinKing. What a crazy play here. He's got 7 siege towers. While this is going on, OdinKing is going to attempt to take down this town center. And we'll see if this can be defended or not. ChronoJJ can't build this town center up instantly either because of the Gaia Lush. It does take a hot second for that Gaia Lush to go away. And it's looking like this town center is attempting to stay up with the really nice repair rates there from the Egyptian civilization. And there's only 3 or so destroyers left. So if you can get some units back there, it's going to be totally fine. Now we've got the 7 siege towers moving into OdinKing's home base now. He's got manas here he can kill off. You can kill these off so quickly. Look at them just die. Now the villagers getting pulled off the lines here, going to be taking down some of these siege towers as well. And there's a beautiful locust from ChronoJJ. The civilian units have to garrison, and the siege towers just go to town. Finally, somebody uses this god power in a smart way. 2 civilian units falling here. Town center denied. Hecate denied. Incredible play here from ChronoJJ. He's about to lose this town center. No, he's holding on to it. He's got the axemen. He's got the priests here. The town center is going up over here for ChronoJJ as well. He's making some spearmen out. He's got some siege towers already over here. The axemen coming in to clean up some of these citizens. And ChronoJJ is all over the map right now, pushing back away from this, holding onto the town center. And OdinKing is in a complete scramble right now in order to deal with this impeccable shifting sands play by ChronoJJ. The palace will come up in the middle of the map. This is the only gold mine that OdinKing currently has access to because the rest of the map is almost cut in half now. The Arcus destroyer army still attempting to push through here, but these destroyers just don't cut it to take down a Egyptian fortified town center, sun-dried mudbrick mason town center there. And we see those priests killing off the Stymphalian birds, killing off the Dryads, moving in, going to take down all 5 of these manas. Would be really, really smart play indeed, because that's a lot of population down the drain, or not down the drain, but just like he needs to rebuild them if he wants to keep making them. And the siege towers coming in, take down more of these manas if he so chooses. Coming in with more of his units. There are 4 or 5, it looks like there's 4 Dryads here. We've got finally the Hecate coming in, but ChronoJJ calmly casting rain to delay that another minute. So the amount of delay that this Hecate has had has been like 70% complete or something in this town center, and then an extra minute after it. So that's almost 3 minutes, if not more, of delay. And we see destroyers coming in, checking out this gold mine. Maybe ChronoJJ should put some barracks down here or something. Still working out how he can push in and kill off OdinKing. And now the settlement attempting to come up for OdinKing. We'll see if ChronoJJ can stop it. He's making some good units here with the Spearman and the Axeman, but the Arcus are just too strong for him. If he made some Elephant or some Cavalry or something, he could really tear through these Arcus. And I love taking this gold mine right now for ChronoJJ because it's going to prevent OdinKing from getting that gold in the later stages of the game. Now ChronoJJ has to retreat from this gold mine, but as the Tartarian gate as well, it's going to do a lot of damage. There's not a lot of villages in here, so he probably would lose the town center if he doesn't just deal with it. So we'll see what he wants to do. And you see the siege tower attempting to waddle into position to prevent this town center from going up. We've got those units on it in order to try and defend. The Arcus attempting to pathing block this, but they're not going to quite stop it. Surely the siege tower gets at least one shot on it, and it does before going down. Another siege tower coming in for ChronoJJ as this settlement is attempting to go up, and ChronoJJ is just saying, no, you're not allowed to. You're just not allowed to put the town center up. I'm just going to keep attacking you. And will he be able to send some siege towers in to take out the only town center OdinKing has left? Now ChronoJJ going after the manors, doing his stuff. Taking down military barracks, doing everything in his power right now. But the fortified town center is going down. So this Tartarian gate is getting some super value, but Osiris is on the way. One thing he could do while these Tartarian spawns were on this town center was a rock drop onto the Tartarian gate with a siege tower or two, and it would have taken it down, and then would have been fine. But maybe ChronoJJ can just ignore it. Stay 3 town centers against 2 town centers and keep pushing. Meanwhile, we're seeing a raid over here. Look at these villages. 13 on wood right now for OdinKing. And we see the Migdol stronghold getting up. The villagers under siege. There's the Osiris coming in. Son of Osiris gets cast immediately. We'll see if ChronoJJ can keep a good amount of care after that one. Siege towers now pushing in onto the top side of the map. One very low HP citizen is here to defend. I'm pretty sure that these siege towers could kill that citizen off before he loses one, but we might not see that come in. And now the siege tower is trying to take down this town center. The siege citizen pops out before retreating back. More units coming in for ChronoJJ. Meanwhile, he's moving on to this location as well. The Son of Osiris has taken a ton of damage. We see the fire siphon here for OdinKing as well, going to be able to take down the Migdol stronghold here. Meanwhile, the siege towers coming back in, going to attempt to take this town center down. And here he goes. There is three civilians in this town center, but he's not paying attention. And also there's a mummy here. Mummies can come in and one-hit these villages, I think. He does decide to turn around from it, throwing up some buildings here. Nice garrison there. I'm pretty sure that does take the... it does. Oh no, he got it off because the citizen popped out. That's super unlucky. Now the town center of ChronoJJ is going down. We do see siege engineers coming through for ChronoJJ, and that is huge for ChronoJJ. OdinKing, on the other hand, is down to 1 town center. And how does he win this game now? He's got control of this town center with the Tartarian spawns, but surely ChronoJJ can clean that up at some point, but maybe he doesn't care. Maybe he just doesn't care. He can just get this town center up whenever he wants. We see Fanatics going down, more fire siphon trying to push through this location. The gold mine almost down here with only 3,000 gold left in it for OdinKing. Sitting at 77, 81 population of 120 compared to ChronoJJ's 140 of 140. For some reason, he must be missing houses or something, right? Now we see the siege towers coming in, going to be hitting the hometown center of OdinKing. Look at all of these siege towers. The villagers do a lot of damage, but so do the siege towers. He's going to have to come over here with these villagers very quickly to stop this from going down. And he's not going to make it. And another town center falls, putting up a Migdol stronghold over here. Now OdinKing is at 86 of 100 population. 86 of 100. Decisive can take down the barracks here. But he's got champion units, but he just has no population. With the town center coming back up for OdinKing, if ChronoJJ just sends his units in, he can take these villages down. And you can see there's only 19 villages for OdinKing, which is a decent amount, but 25 is your max villager count. So he's definitely short on that. Got a monument to the soldiers going up, but not attempting to deny this one. The siege tower is coming in though. It's going to take a lot of damage from the citizen. Maybe you can get the cavalry to take it down, but the siege tower will spot this going up. Should get at least one attack onto this settlement to prevent it from going up. Meanwhile, town center going up for ChronoJJ. We see the fire siphons attempting to push through here. ChronoJJ's got resources in the bank to play with here. Champion cavalry come through as well. Now more units coming in for ChronoJJ. He needs to get that idle military into this location here. The Migdal stronghold does go down. There are a lot of these barracks over here for ChronoJJ. He is making spearmen, and the spearmen should be able to take down those fire siphons fairly easily. But now OdinKing is just 100 of 100 population. 0 town centers remaining. Nothing that he can do right now. Another citizen coming in onto this location. Maybe he can get this town center up, but I doubt it. He's going to keep attempting to push in onto this. Maybe ChronoJJ can get up his heavy infantry here, or heavy spearmen, I should say. Arcus doing a good job of picking off those heavy cavalry. Now the catapult coming out for ChronoJJ. We'll see how he goes with that one. Mummy coming over, can pick off some free units here. Oh, we do see our hero Arcus getting made. Trying to deal some damage to that mummy, but I guess ChronoJJ will just simply retreat straight away. Now catapult's out. Will he get in with the catapult? He does. He gets in beautifully with that catapult. Going to be dealing so much damage to that settlement. Still not up just yet. And ChronoJJ's got so many resources. If he just spent these resources here, it would be so much simpler for him to push in this game, but he hasn't done it just yet. We do see that OdinKing is abusing the moat, coming onto this side gold, but so is ChronoJJ. Probably ChronoJJ has to be aware that that's kind of the only spot that OdinKing could get gold is along this bottom moat here. We see the Dryads coming over to take down the catapult. Nice job with the priest and Pharaoh here to snipe them down. OdinKing is just trying so hard to get this town center back up, but ChronoJJ is just getting slowly but surely further and further in front on the economy. 4 town centers, full villager, almost full villager supply. No attempt at a trade route, but you know it is what it is. You see the fire siphon coming in. Villagers are going to defend it. And cavalry taking down Arcus and the like, doing some nice play here. Still not able to build this town center up. And see the manners going down as catapults are just raiding from every single which way. Market goes down next to prevent any sort of trading for OdinKing. The manners will go down after it, and ChronoJJ is just way too far in front here. Another fire siphon falling over in this position, and it's looking as if OdinKing is slowly giving up in this game, and he does end up tapping out in the 29th minute, the 11th second. GG. Well played by ChronoJJ. What an insanely smart shifting sands over here onto this town center, killing this, and then also, just as OdinKing saying here, Hecate gets denied just barely, and OdinKing cannot recover from that at all. And ChronoJJ takes this series as possibly the underdog in 2 games and a sweep. Obviously, OdinKing not out of this tournament just yet. He can still power his way through and get top 2, possibly even top 1 if the other players lose games, but he's not out. He can keep playing. So if you're an OdinKing fan, he may still be able to make it to the relegations. ChronoJJ got to be very, very happy with himself taking these 2 wins off of OdinKing. Well played to him. If you guys are enjoying these games, please consider hitting the follow button on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.